Ever wonder how the stunning Caribbean Sea and its beautiful islands came to be? The story starts long before any pirates or treasure chests. Around 130 million years ago, deep beneath the Earth's surface, massive tectonic plates were on the move. After the supercontinent Pangaea broke apart, the North and South American plates began to drift away from each other. In the space between them, a new plate was born, the Caribbean plate. This geological dance wasn't always a smooth one. As the Caribbean plate jostled for position, it collided with the neighboring South American plate. This cosmic fender bender created a process called subduction, where one plate slides beneath the other. The immense pressure and heat from this collision melted rock deep within the Earth, which then erupted as volcanoes. Over millions of years, these volcanoes built up, layer by layer, eventually breaking the ocean's surface to form the chain of islands we now know as the Lesser Antilles. So, next time you see a picture of those idyllic islands, remember they are the fiery children of ancient geological forces. Long before any European ships appeared on the horizon, the Caribbean was already a bustling hub of human activity. The first people to call these islands home were ingenious seafarers. Using skillfully crafted canoes, they navigated the open waters, traveling from island to island, building communities, and creating rich, diverse cultures. These were the original inhabitants, the true pioneers of the Caribbean. They developed complex societies and lived in harmony with the land and sea for thousands of years. Then, in 1492, everything changed. An Italian explorer named Christopher Columbus, sailing for Spain, landed in what is now the Bahamas. He was looking for a new route to Asia, to the East Indies, but he had stumbled upon a world entirely new to Europeans. This moment marked the beginning of a dramatic and often tragic new chapter for the Caribbean. Columbus's arrival sparked an intense wave of European interest, leading to centuries of colonization that would forever alter the region's destiny. The arrival of Europeans was a catastrophe for the indigenous populations. The newcomers brought with them diseases like smallpox and measles, to which the native people had no immunity. These invisible killers swept through the islands, wiping out entire communities. On top of the devastating epidemics, the colonizers subjected the local people to brutal forced labor and violence. Within just a few decades of European contact, the original inhabitants of the Caribbean were almost completely decimated. Their cultures and societies pushed to the brink of extinction. Initially, Spain claimed the entire Caribbean as its own, but holding on to such a vast and scattered territory proved impossible. Soon, other European powers smelled opportunity. England, France, and the Netherlands began to challenge Spain's dominance, establishing their own colonies on the islands where Spanish control was weak. Even smaller European nations like Denmark, Sweden, and Brandenburg carved out their own little pieces of the Caribbean pie. The sea became a chessboard for European rivalries, with islands changing hands frequently through wars and treaties. What did these European powers want? With the islands, the answer, in a word, was profit. They quickly realized the fertile volcanic soil and warm climate were perfect for growing valuable cash crops. Sugar, in particular, became the region's white gold. Vast plantations were established, transforming the island's landscapes and economies. The insatiable European demand for sugar fueled a massive and ruthless industry that would come to define the Caribbean for centuries, creating immense wealth for a few, built on the suffering of many. To power these lucrative sugar plantations, the colonial powers turned to a horrific system, the transatlantic slave trade. They began forcibly importing millions of people from Africa, tearing them from their homes and families and shipping them across the ocean in unimaginable conditions. It's estimated that of the 12 million Africans forced into the slave trade to the Americas, about 5 million ended up in the Caribbean. Their forced labor was the engine that drove the colonial economy. The entire system was built on a foundation of extreme cruelty and exploitation. The fight for freedom was long and hard. After centuries of profiting from human bondage, the tide began to turn. Public opinion in Britain, a major player in the slave trade, shifted towards abolition. In 1807, the British government officially abolished the slave trade, making it illegal to transport enslaved Africans. However, this didn't free those already enslaved. Full emancipation in the British colonies didn't come until 1834, and even then, the newly freed people were forced into a system of apprenticeship for another 4 years. Essentially a form of continued forced labor, The end of slavery and colonialism didn't happen overnight. The 20th century saw a wave of independence movements sweep across the region as islands threw off their colonial shackles and sought to forge their own paths. After centuries of being controlled by distant European powers, Caribbean nations began to look to each other for support. In 1973, this led to the creation of the Caribbean Community, or CAC. This organization was designed to promote economic integration and political cooperation among its members, helping them to navigate the challenges of the modern world as a united front. Today, the Caribbean is a vibrant tapestry of cultures. Its complex history is reflected in its people, its languages, its music, and its food. The legacies of the indigenous peoples who first settled the islands, the enslaved Africans who endured and resisted, and the European colonists who sought to dominate, have all blended together. This fusion has created something truly unique and beautiful. From the rhythms of reggae and calypso to the diverse flavors of its cuisine, the Caribbean is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. It's a place where the echoes of a tumultuous past have given rise to a rich, dynamic, and unforgettable present. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through Caribbean history, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more stories about our amazing world. See you next time.